Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we have the next phase in evolution of Mathews bows, the Phase 4. Here we are guys, the Phase 4 now. This bow is getting a lot of chatter online right now. A lot of people talking about it. A lot of people talking about how it compares really closely with the V3X, which came out last year. Spec-wise, yeah, it's definitely close, and we'll talk about that more in the second half of the video. And we'll get into some of the other past Mathews bows and how they are related and how they aren't in some cases. But let's talk about the Phase 4. Mathews did something extraordinary with this bow. A lot of people are talking about it, and some people aren't making a big deal out of it, but to be honest, it's a very big deal. They took your split limb and quadded it into 4 little limbs. Now, I know you think like it's not a big deal, but really it is. It's something that's never been done. This concept of putting suppression between these limbs is literally revolutionary. So they're basically saying it's gonna add a lot of suppression, take the sound out where the sound starts, which is in the limbs. So we're gonna test that today. We're gonna test it against the V3X and see the sounds and all that. All right guys, talk about the specs of the Phase 4. We have a 6-inch brace height, 29-inch axle. Draw lengths will range from 25.5 to 30 inches. The physical weight is 4.48 pounds. IBO is up to 340 feet per second. Draw weights are 60, 65, 70, and 75 pounds. The let-off is featured in 80 or 85%, so that's pretty cool. You have some adjustment there. The cam is the cross-centric with switchway technology, which is a cam we have seen before from Mathews, of course. Very smooth shooting cam, very relaxing draw cycle, so it does a great job, and it hits hard. So a lot of great things from that cam system. The MSRP is $12.99 of this bow, and I have heard a lot of chatter online about how it went up a lot of money and didn't change a lot, but I would say this to people: the money does matter. Economics right now is so high. Logistics, supply chain, everything is off the charts. So if you were surprised that there'd be a price increase, I would tell you you weren't thinking properly on this. Bow companies are affected just as much as any company in the world when it comes to supply chain, overall cost and all that. But if we do actually add in the things they did add, which is the bridge lock stabilizer and the new limbs, I would tell you that there's a lot of technology went into that. There's a cost to that. It's never the same, it's never cheap, it's never free. And that new tech, adding that new rubber in there, there's a cost to that. So just some things to think about before we talk about the price. So the new Phase 4 features what they're calling the RPD, Resistance Phase Dampening. And what they're saying is it stops vibration at the source, resulting in a smoother shooting archery system. They added a new bridge lock stabilizer mount, which is pretty cool because now you actually don't even need the screw on the front of the bow or on the sight now, which they did this to where you can integrate right now into your riser, your stabilizer, and your sight. And they do also have that for the quiver, which is pretty cool because everything now will be part of the riser. All right guys, 2023 Phase 4 from Mathews. This is set at 29 inches of draw, 70 pounds. First arrow, 350 grains.
325.
450 grains.
289.
550 grains.
263.
650 grains.
241.
There you have it. All right, so here's the new bridge lock stabilizer. So this is gonna go with your bow. And basically it's gonna fit into the lower chamber of the riser here. I'll show you guys how that goes in. But let's check it out, it looks really nice. You can see it's got harmonic dampeners built onto it. That's cool, so it's more of a quick, compared to like the sight one where it goes in and kind of stays there, this is more of a quick system, something new it looks like they did for the pin that's gonna hold it. So there it is. Again, looks great. It matches the bow. It's got this pin that goes with it. We're gonna put that in, let's try it real quick. So unlike the V3X, you can't do this. So this is a new system they just added for this year. They added this hole right here, as you can see. We're gonna slide right in, however long we want it, which is cool, right? Because then it allows you to play around, doesn't get in the way of your cables here. So that's a pretty cool thing. Like, people don't realize how cool that actually is. And then here, we put it, let's say we want it out here, You can, now this is the fun part about this, is you can play around, right? Decide on where you want it, and play around with that to see what's better for you, which I love that part about it. So I can see it screws on here. So there we go. And if I'm traveling, I can just make a mark where I'm gonna do it every time so I can make sure it goes back there. But if I'm traveling, I want this in, I can just unloosen this and push it back in, which is cool. So let's try shooting it with the stabilizer on. To be honest, guys, the bow is super smooth without the stabilizer, so adding it's gonna be even probably better. So let's give it a shot here. So, one thing about Mathews that's really awesome that I've really enjoyed is just how flat and hard hitting these bows are. The engineering behind them is really phenomenal when it comes to that. I mean, the bow hits so hard and so flat. It's honestly extremely impressive. So I understand the controversy. People are like, what? There's not much different. To be honest, the limb thing is a lot different. That is adding a whole new technology that has never been done. Also, adding that bridge lock at the bottom for the stabilizer is pretty cool. As you can see, the giant gap on the right on this bow on the V3X, and the smaller one here because they had to make room to put that in. So to give you an idea. As far as the specs go, very minimal differences between these bows, the V3X and the new Phase 4. Again, most of the riser's been used, the same riser, same center guard containment systems on there as before, same cam, but adding tech on the outside. Same grips. Most of the stuff's the same except for, like, you know, we talked about with the bridge lock here. Now, of course, they both have the bridge lock sight system, so that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and sound test them between each other. So today I got something fun for you. We're gonna sound test the new Phase 4 against, this is for you guys to decide what's quieter, against the V3X, against the V3 and the VXR. We're gonna do all of them in a row. So let's try it. Alright guys, we're going to do a little bit of sound testing. All this is here to do is just see what you guys think about the different sounds between the different Mathews bows. We're going to shoot a bunch of them, and you guys can decide what you think, how it sounds, if it's loud or not as loud or whatever. So here we go. As far as the shooting goes, very impressive bow, very smooth, very quiet, has a great back wall. I think the bow shoots really, really nicely. A lot of people love the bridge lock concept. I also love it. I think it's smart to use the riser to your advantage and put these products inside the riser and have your own. Again, they have the harmonic dampeners, the EHS, they call it Nano, they have on here. They also have it here as well, the 740 out in front, pushing that weight out onto the riser, and also taking vibration out of the bow by pushing out that, and it works. And I'm not sure why it works, I'm not a scientist here, but this is working, and you can see it because a lot of companies are doing something similar to this as well right now. The bow looks great in this color. It comes in multiple colors. You can see on their website you can build your own, and string colors is pretty cool. Guys, thank you so much for stopping at BowHunterPlanet.com. Honestly, it is an honor and a privilege to bring you guys some archery equipment throughout the years. Looking forward to helping preserve our archery heritage with this channel and with everything Bowhunter Planet has going on. I want to take a moment to thank Cobra Archery and Victory Archery and Tinks for supporting this video and all the videos we do and our podcast. It's very important to allow us to continue to do these important things. So please check them out and buy their products, because that would be extremely helpful for me and for you guys to continue doing these great videos. All right guys, before I let you go, this is the historical area for Mathews at the Bowhunter Planet headquarters studio here. We will be adding the VXR and the V3 to this wall as the new Phase 4s come out. So pretty cool, and we look forward to showing you guys more and more of these historical bows on our classic series. So thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.